Good morning, Yadbe, Shikedoshna, She Danielle Lansing, Lazathan and Jean Patani, Bashashin, Lakina, the Shichedo, Kintachini, the Shanana, the UCA, Big Abaho Zandanasha. Good morning, everyone. I'm Danielle Lansing, and I am a Navajo. I am of the Migotes clan, born for the Under His Cover clan. The Mexican people are my maternal grandparents, and the Red House clan are my paternal grandparents. And I am the project director at the Southwest Indian Polytechnic Institute. I'm also a faculty member in the Department of Early Childhood Education. And I'm very pleased and proud to be here with my team.
Good morning, my name is Vivica Mitchell. I am from the Water Edge clan. My dad is also Water Edge clan. I am a Head Start teacher at the YDI Sydney Early Childhood Learning Center, and I am very proud to be here. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Tari. I am a member of the Tono O'odham Nation, which is South Central Arizona. I get my Algonquin and Mohawk blood from my father, who is from New Hampshire. I am one of the early childhood faculty at Southwestern Indian Polytechnic Institute also. And it's good to see all of you that part of the program that are back, so glad we all get safe.
Again, thank you for sharing your day with me. I serve as the Vice President of Academic Programs at SIPI. I'm a grandmother, a wife, an auntie, and just happy to be here. Thank you.
So this is our team. We're so happy that Val's here with us today because it's really wonderful, and we're very fortunate that we have really strong support from administration. But we do have team members, our on-the-ground team members at home, and so we have Clarice Salas-Pino. She's our program coordinator. We also have 2 interns that are also joining us, and this was just Thursday at one of our events. So also want to acknowledge our on-the-ground team at home. So a little bit of background about our tribal college. Our team is very reflective of our tribal college. We are a National Indian Community College, and we are located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we are located right in the center of a metropolitan city. We are a land-grant institution. We were established in 1971 by the collective vision of our local tribal leaders. So we have a very intertribal population. Our student population hovers around 500 with over 100 tribes from across the United States represented. We have an associate degree program. We have around 30 students in our program, 2 full-time faculty. I myself and also Lisa are both faculty members full-time. We have 1 program assistant as well. We are so proud that we were able to experience and be a part of the Wakayaja Sacred Little Ones Initiative from 2011 to 2015. And from that initiative, we've really developed a strong research-based strategy approach to inform our programming. And so for that, we really thank the American Indian College Fund for giving us that opportunity to ground our work in research. We have strong partners with our work with the Youth Development Incorporated Head Start, which is located right on our campus. It also has an early Head Start center as well. They serve as a practicum site for our students in our program, and then also partnership with the Sacred Little Ones, and then now the Restorative Teachings Initiative. So our goals are to develop a community of practice within the SIPI community that supports overall health and wellness of families and TCU students. We are working very hard to develop working relationships with various campus organizations and YDI as well, and have committed to participating in a minimum of 6 planning meetings per grant year across campus. We will be developing meaningful educational experiences that support the resiliency of SIPI students and families that will result in future economic success. So that will include 6 educational and training experiences that will focus on economic success. When we are defining community, we are branching out and not just including our partnership with YDI, but we are really looking at developing a sense of community that includes our tribal college and university students, our faculty members, their families, and our staff members as well. We are really looking to bridge relationships with various campus organizations, and we acknowledge that our resources are limited, so we are looking at establishing those relationships as a way of leveraging resources and bringing a common goal across campus. We are also looking to provide a healthy foundation for children and families to secure their cultural identity through participation in a locally based cultural curriculum that is measured through locally based assessments. So this stems from the strong foundation of the Wakayaja Sacred Little Ones initiative, where we worked with our families through the photo voice methodology to develop a curriculum framework. So we are committed to getting in a little bit deeper and working with our parents as well as our teachers to develop outcomes, and then eventually the beginning steps of developing locally based cultural assessments for our children. And so we've selected 3 areas, including health and wellness. And so that was already a very big focus that our families voiced in the Sacred Little Ones initiative. So it's very in line, and it's actually sustaining the work that we developed. We also are looking at improving teacher knowledge of family engagement, health disparities, and economic security. We are working very hard with our center director, Paula Bledsoe, to provide a minimum of 3 in-service trainings for our teachers as well in the area of family engagement, health disparities, and economic security. So now for some of our work and our steps moving forward, some of our accomplishments. We really strongly believe in a strength-based approach that acknowledges that we know what is best for our children, and we already have some of the knowledge from our communities that can help us get on the path to economic security and help us realize whole child and also whole family health and wellness. And so we are in the position of really privileging the voices of our families, our students, and our community. That is really, we're not looking towards an outside entity for answers. We know that part of this is restoring who we are and reawakening those teachings, and that will help us with our goals, with our families and our students as well. So we started with 2 planning meetings with SIPI YDI families. The first one focused on health and wellness, and the second on economic security. And we asked them those questions. In terms of health and wellness, what is information and what are training and educational experiences that you and your family would benefit from in the area of health and wellness? And so we did 2 brainstorming meetings with families in that area, and then we asked the same questions with regard to economic security to our families. The other thing we did is we wanted to make sure that we captured everyone's voices, so we also branched out and developed a questionnaire as well for our families. So that information we then analyzed and coded, and then we also presented the data back to our families to develop priority areas. And so those areas will be used to develop parent training and events and activities. Our first one is coming up really soon. It is on June 16th, and it's with Coach Jesse. A very strong area that our families had a high priority on was learning how to be active with their children and understanding what are some activities that they can do with their children. So Coach Jesse, who is a local kind of a sports celebrity really. He was very well established in the community in terms of establishing soccer leagues. He also was acknowledged as Olympian, I believe, and then he also lit the Olympic torch several years ago. So, and he's an elder as well. And so, he's very excited to come and work with our family. So he'll be doing a family fun night for us. He'll be doing 2 sessions for us. Some of the data from our brainstorming, we did start to analyze as well. And our questionnaire provided us this information in terms of health and wellness. We also want to be resources to Native communities locally, but also nationally. So we have our questionnaire available on our table. Feel free to take it. If you have specific questions about the way that it was administered, let us know, and we're happy to share that with you. But here's just a little snapshot from 2 families. We have one, Tanya and Pete, who are parents of Landon. They talked about nature walks, learning how to massage your baby, communicating, learning about healthy eating, teaching your child about gardening, interacting with your child as much as possible through talking and smiling, and learning about different things about nature, rocks, plants, animals, cactus, and water, native language, building trust and honesty, and less TV as possible. So this is one family in this snapshot, just an idea of some of the themes. There's also Stephanie, who is a parent of Anna and Donnie, and they actually had the help of Kate and Kara. And funny story, the Donnie didn't want to leave his mom, so she went into the child care, and so she actually sat with a group of some of our children that had transitioned, and they helped develop their list. They talked about dental screens, demonstrations on how to brush your teeth, especially with infants. Again, eating healthy foods, sharing cultural healthy menus between families. They wanted to do a scavenger hunt with obstacle courses and exercises, a kiddie powwow, how to interact with your children in the areas of why we eat, food groups, and exercise. And they're the ones that came up with the Bring Coach Jesse. So, firehouse drill safety, learning about hiking, safety, and trails. So we developed and analyzed our groups in terms of families. And then we looked for common threads, and then we marked them off for the amount of times that we heard a specific area mentioned, and that's how we developed our priority groups. Now this is in terms of securing families. We didn't call it economic security when we worked with our families. We called it securing families, and we defined it as anything that's going to help secure your family as being a healthy family and achieving your goals. So here's the information from Steve, who's a parent of Steve Jr. He talked about financial stability, the difference between wants and needs, learning how to budget, a functional family structure, how to provide motivating encouragement, and providing unconditional support. And it was very heartfelt when he was talking. He was kind of talking about his relationship with his father and how he felt like some of those things he didn't learn, and he wanted to make sure he learned them as his son was growing, because he wanted to be, that role model for his son. So it was very a great experience working with the families. Carrie is a parent of Steve, and he also worked with Vivica. So when we're working together, we work with families sit together, teachers sit together, I sit with them. We have kind of a very collegial atmosphere when doing this work. They talked about time management, completing education, and leadership skills. So we also had a brainstorming session with teachers on May 4th, and it will be used to develop lunch and learn sessions with our families. We also have already scheduled a family connections session with the Brazelton Touchpoints. They will be coming out December 2nd and 3rd to train our teachers.
Well, I was part of this meeting, sitting right there, but I think like one of the things that teachers enjoyed was coming together to share a meal. Because in the classrooms, we really can't enjoy a meal. We're with the kids, but we can't really share a meal. So this is a luxury for us. And also, I think being a part of this as a teacher, we were able to give our voice to know what's going to happen in the class, or to learn ideas on how to help the family become a team with us as well, so that we can help the child as a whole. And I think that's important for us to interact with families in that sense, so the child will have better outcomes, and so will the family when they transition out of our center.
We also just had our campus-wide brainstorming session, engaging voices across campus. Some of the preliminary data shows that our students and faculty and staff want information on ancestral diet, increasing water intake, personal training tutorials, walking trails, and community gardens. In the areas of economic security, budgeting came up, savings accounts, credit ratings, planning our future, and applying for scholarships.
Maybe half a minute. I was really fortunate to be able to participate. I really liked sitting at the table with our college students, and my husband joined us, and then we had another faculty person. The first thing that came up was by a really very insightful young woman. Her first response was, water is life. And I thought, yes, our tribal communities, our families need to be concerned with water quality. So I really appreciate that that young woman had that kind of foresight and insight. I'm really proud of her. I think part of my role at the table was maybe to help them think of new things, to put all the pictures together, and to help them understand what their role in education at a tribal college is. And that's to help them get careers that help them make a contribution to the world and to sustain their families. And so in some sense, I served as a provocateur. And I did ask them, how much do you think it costs for you to attend SIPI? SIPI doesn't charge tuition, we just charge minimal fees. And so one student said $1,000 a year. I said, no, it costs you and your family $34,000 because you're out of the workforce. So I think we need to, as Tara Jean mentioned earlier, think about things in a broader scope, help our families think about things in a broader scope. So anyway, it was very fruitful.
What was wonderful about this is we offered and we kept having kind of campus announcement blasts of this is what we're doing, this is our goal. We also had attendance from the Vision Care Department, the Natural Resources Department. We had Student Senate representation, and so we're also looking to kind of have a common goal and leverage, and you know, like the USDA NIFA project director said, I can do the stuff on gardening. You know, already she was coming up to us and saying we can partner. So it turned out really great. Again, you know, we're really fortunate that our students were right there with our vice president having these conversations, and so very excited to have that engagement for the first time on our campus. Our process was really breaking into small groups, having a quick discussion, having a note taker, an icebreaker so that they would get to know each other, then sharing with the larger group as well. We also did get institutional review board, so this is a research-based initiative. We also want to share resources with you all. So we have our parent-child informed consent and then our community member informed consent on the table as well. Please take those and use those. If you have questions, let us know. We can help you with the process and show you, we can even show you our applications if you need help on that, because that's important for us. We're also planning an actual information session to garner informed consent, photo release, and film release from our families. That's going to be on June 21st. We are also embedding our work in our coursework. So the family community collaboration, we have a class and we're requiring them to do 3 community-based experiences as part of their learning. And so we're extending what we're doing to actually inform our coursework as well. We also have 2 interns, and so if you have questions about that, we will go ahead and share that info with you as well. And then we had our launch on April 26th. So this was an extension of our work with Sacred Little Ones. We started a community garden from the Voices Our Families, and of course it's still a very popular theme. So this was like planting our new seeds for our new initiative. And we had several families come up and they thanked the American Indian College Fund for this work and sustaining